They told her the throne was not meant for her long before she understood what power truly meant. In the Great Hall, beneath banners of forgotten victories, men spoke about her future as if she were already gone. They said the kingdom needed strength. They said no one would kneel to a woman, and while their voices filled the room with certainty, she said nothing. She just listened, memorizing every face that would one day regret underestimating her. She was born into royalty, but never into acceptance. Her blood gave her the right to rule, but the world around her refused to give her permission. To them, she was not an heir. She was a problem waiting to happen. Because if she succeeded, everything they believed about power would collapse. Her father, the king, had no sons left, and with every loss, the truth became harder to ignore. The only person capable of inheriting the crown was the daughter they all doubted. So one day, he made them kneel. One by one, the most powerful men in the kingdom swore loyalty to her. But the moment they stood back up, their loyalty began to fade. Because in royal courts, loyalty is temporary, but ambition is permanent. Smiles hide betrayal, and promises last only as long as they are useful. And she understood that. While they saw a young girl, she saw a room full of future enemies. To protect her claim, the king arranged a powerful marriage. He believed it would strengthen her position, but instead it made her more dangerous. Because now she wasn't just an heir, she was a threat that could not be ignored. Then everything changed. Tekin died, and in that moment the protection around her disappeared. Before she could claim the throne, another man moved faster. He gathered support, took control, and crowned himself king. Just like that, her future was stolen. When the news reached her, it came quietly. No chaos, no panic, just a simple message. The throne was no longer hers. They had chosen someone else. Not because he deserved it, but because he was easier to control. They expected her to disappear, to accept it, to fade into history. That was their biggest mistake. Because they didn't just deny her the crown, they gave her a reason to take it. She didn't beg. She didn't negotiate. She prepared. Across the sea, she built something far more powerful than loyalty. She built momentum. An army of men who didn't believe in her, but believed in what she could give them. The war didn't begin with swords, it began with fear. Kingdoms divided, alliances broke, and slowly the woman they once ignored became the most dangerous name in the realm. Villages whispered about her, lords feared her, and the same men who once laughed at her claim now watched her every move, knowing she was getting closer. Then it happened. The man who took her crown was captured, the king in chains. And for the first time, the impossible became real. The throne was finally within reach. She walked into the capital, not as a guest, but as a ruler. The gates opened. The crowd watched in silence. And in the throne room, time stopped. The same men who once refused her now stood quietly as she stepped closer to the throne. Not asking, not waiting, just taking what was always hers. But power is never simple. The moment she became real, she became dangerous. The people who once doubted her now feared her, not because she was weak, but because she was too strong to control. The city turned against her. Slowly at first, then all at once. Support disappeared, voices changed. And just like that, the throne slipped away again. But this time, she didn't break. She adapted. Because she had learned power is not just about winning once, it's about never losing completely. She stopped chasing the crown and started building something. Digavarembla. Influence. Strategy. Control. She realized if they would not accept her rule, they would be forced to accept her legacy. Years passed, the war never truly ended, it just changed. And slowly the world that once rejected her began to bend. In the end, the throne she was denied did not disappear. It returned through her blood, her fight, her will. Her son became king, but everyone knew whose war had made it possible. They refused to crown her, so she took power anyway. Not in the way they expected. Not in the way they could control, but in a way that made her impossible to erase. Because in the end, she didn't just fight for the throne, she decided who would rule forever.